Hello, Rob. Let's talk about selling rock painting kits. Yeah, I told you this wasn't going to be the Mona Lisa, so I'm making good on that. All right, so you have a product to sell, which is great, which is the first step. And let's say it looks something like this when it's all ready to be sold. So I don't think this is too bad, actually. This is a nice little setup, a cardboard box with a little 8 by 11 label you print out, stick it on the front, and you're ready to go. Take a picture of it, and you're ready to put it on your store. And there are two platforms we'll be working with, and one is called Shopify, and the other is called Facebook. Now, what is Shopify? Shopify is an e-commerce platform, which is a fancy way of saying it's an online store. It's just a virtual storefront. And the reason it's so popular and it's so cool is it comes with everything you need to sell products online. All the payment portholes, and you don't have to have a merchant account. There's hundreds of themes to choose from. Now if we go to this here, let's go to Shopify. Shopify. Alright, and here's what it looks like. E-commerce platform made for you, just for you. And ways to sell, let's say online store. Alright, that's just one of the ways that you can sell your products using Shopify's tools, is to create a store. And you pick a theme. You would find the themes that you wanted to buy. So visit Shopify theme store. And you would say maybe sort by, we could sort by price low to high if you wanted to start out with a free one. Here's one that's free. It's just, here's what it would look like on a mobile phone. Here's what it would look like on a desktop. And yeah, you would just have the picture of your kit, and maybe pictures of all the different styles of rock painting you can do. You can even include, you could include a video down below, and as well as some sales copy here, a price, you add to cart. And yeah, we'll check it out for you and send you a copy of the person's address and name, phone number, and everything you need to mail the kit out to them. And you know what? And if you're not really a technically savvy person, you don't even want to go on there and put pictures of your product and type all that stuff. You can go to Fiverr, which is a website that is basically a broker between you and contractors all over the world. And the reason it's called Fiverr is because people will do things starting at $5. They'll do tasks for you starting at $5. So if you typed in, I want somebody to do work on Shopify, I will create awesome Shopify website, $5. So, I had somebody do this with my Shopify site, and they did an amazing job. I paid $26 though, so I went big, So once you get that going, maybe a couple of hours of work, and you're ready to start sending traffic to your site. All right, now the way we send traffic is we use Facebook ads. So Facebook uses what's called PPC advertising, and then that stands for pay per click. And that means you only pay when someone clicks on your ad. So you're only paying for people who are at least somewhat interested in your ad. So your ad could show 10,000 times to 10,000 different people on Facebook, but you're only going to pay, anywhere from $30 to $1 to $1.50 every time somebody clicks on that ad. And I'm sure you might have seen Facebook ads if you've been on Facebook. They can either be on the right-hand side here, like that, or they can be right in the middle of the news feed. So when somebody's scrolling up, like I'll go to my Facebook. So here's my Facebook page right here. This is my news feed. This is where everybody comes to sort of see what everybody's up to. Vinny's sober, and it's the only way for Vinny. It's the only way. Good for Vinny. Now see right away. See, I click on a lot of ads just because I'm always trying to look and see how they're doing it. So I get served a lot of ads. So right away, we got you can tell because it says sponsored, which means this guy paid to have this ad shown to me. So this is his ad. Don't waste your time researching products. We've done all the work. He wants me to download this free 187 products to sell online, and what you go to download it. It takes you to right to the page he wants you to go. He wants you to put your email address in there. He wants you to put your name in there. So basically, this is a way that he gets leads. So right away, he's building a list of people who are interested in doing e-commerce, and then he's going to sell you his whole big $1,000 course down the line. But at first, he's going to give you the nice little, here's a list of ideas for free. Just give me your name and email. Anyway, oh, here's another ad. So this guy's got his ad. So basically, the point is you could have your ad appear right in front of people when they have their eyeballs right on the screen, looking at their friends. Boom! There's your ad with the rocks and looking beautiful. And that's what I want to show you next. I want to actually build an ad using images of painted rocks, and so you get an idea of what your ad could look like that would get attention and send people over to your e-commerce site where they can purchase the kit. Alright, so let's do that next. Okay, so now we're here in the ad manager of Facebook. This is where you build your ads. So let's see, there's a lot of different options you can choose from. Increase conversions to your website. Facebook will actually track who goes from ad all the way to purchasing the product, and they'll track that person and kind of help you to see how much it's going to cost for you to get somebody to ultimately purchase, right? So, but that's a little more involved, and I have to set up more stuff and whatever. So let's just click send people to your website. This is a little more straightforward. So we'll continue. But locations. So then you pick, everybody in the United States, everybody globally, California. If you wanted to just target a zip code, you can do that. You can go by age. So let's go like somebody young enough to be able to go on Facebook and buy stuff. So let's say like 35 to let's say 50. 35 to 50, right? And let's say women. Let's say we can do all men and women, or you can just do men and you just do women. Let's just do women, because I think this is kind of women would be more interested in this. That's just, I don't know, I could be wrong. I don't know. Alright, so, but let's see, detailed targeting. This is where you target people by their interests, right? It first starts out with demographics, interests, behaviors, more categories. So let's go to demographics, right? If your product or service had something to do with selling people based on a certain education level, fields of study, different school. If you're selling sweaters, USC hoodies, right? Maybe you just want to target people who went to USC. People who like USC. You can do that. Or maybe with what we're doing, maybe there's a media figure that, like Martha Stewart. Martha. Let's see. I don't know if she, people who like Martha Stewart will like rock painting, but like Martha Stewart, 4,531,000 people like Martha Stewart on Facebook, and you can just choose to have your ad served to people who like Martha Stewart, and that's 4 million people. Let's go by interests. Let's go by fitness, food and drink, hobbies, activities. Right? Maybe hobbies and activities could be something. Let's try that. So under hobbies and activities, we have home and garden, shopping and fashion technology. So let's try home and garden. Let's go with that. Do it yourself. Let's pick do it yourself. So the possible reach here of people in this age range, gender, female, English, people who match do it yourself, 6 million, 6.6 million. It's a lot. That's a lot. And let's see what some suggestions are. Home improvement, do it yourself, renovation, crafts. Handicraft, 116 million people. So you got an awful lot of people that are into these crafts and whatnot. Home and garden. So basically you go through and you pick a few interests, and once you have that, you think, okay, I'm going to try that. I'm going to serve my ad to those people. You pick a budget. The minimum is $5, so you don't have to spend too much money to start testing which criteria works best. You can make an ad that only targets women, an ad that targets men and women. You can have an ad that targets people who are interested in Martha Stewart or some other home craft guru type person, and you can see which ones are working, and you only have to spend $5 a day to test and see who's clicking on the ad and go into your website. You can choose what kind of ad you want to run. You can just have a single image ad. You can just have the picture of your rock kit set up. You can have a video. If you wanted to shoot a short video about how the rock fairy and who's making these little rocks and putting them in these different people's gardens, and how everybody's sort of like, who's this rock fairy? Who? And everybody's, it's like an entertaining video, and then it's an ad for getting this kit so that you could be the rock fairy in your neighborhood. So slideshow, creating a looping video ad up to 7 images. So you can create a slideshow of images, which seems kind of neat. So let's see, let's do add photos. Alright, so I've already got some photos on there. So we'll add all these little photos of the rocks, painted rocks in the gardens. And confirm. And then when so this will be the slideshow that plays here. So when people are going through their feed, they'll see this little slideshow happening. You can change the duration. You can make it 2 seconds. Make it a little slower. Right? This is where you put the website URL. So when they click on the ad, you want to put the web address to your online store. So it'll send it. It knows where to send the person who clicks on the ad. And this is where you put the headline. So create your own I don't know, painted rocks. I don't know if that's supposed to be capitalized or not, but anyway, that's the headline, and then you can put some text in there. People just love these rocks. They tell me that these rocks rock. And they make great gifts. Anyway, you can put whatever you'd like, test different text, test different headlines. You can make dozens of ads and just see which ones work well. And it's really neat what you can do with that. And then, so here you go. You have a preview of what it'll look like. Is what people just love these rocks. Oh, where'd it go? There it goes. You have people just love these rocks. They make great gifts. And anybody that wants to click on this, or you can even have a button, call to action. We learn more, or shop now is a good button to put on there. So that's what the button at the bottom of the ad, it'll say shop now. So you'll see this, and you can pick up this great kit to make these rocks just like you see here. You could be making these. So then it goes on these people's Facebook feed when they're looking at their own personal Vinnies and their cousins and daughters and whatever, and their boyfriends, ex-girlfriends that they're stalking. They'll be able to see this ad right in front of them, and if it's if they're into making these rocks, they're going to click on it. They're going to go check it out, and some of them are going to buy it. I think there's plenty of millions and millions of people out there like do-it-yourself handmade crafts. So anyway, I hope that sort of kind of gave you an idea of what you can do with those two platforms, Shopify and Facebook. All right. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon, Rob. All right. Thank you very much.